Bonjour et bienvenue. I hope that you've gone through all the chapters so far and that you've made enormous progress by doing what I've been asking you to do is reading, practicing, speaking, going through all the quizzes, and I'm so sure that you're doing well. Please write to me if you have any queries, if you're stuck on any topic. Okay? Now listen to me very carefully. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui? Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui? Que voulez-vous étudier aujourd'hui? Est-ce que vous avez une idée de ce qu'on va faire aujourd'hui? If you did not understand these sentences, did you hear something like qu'est-ce que, est-ce que? And did you figure out the tone? It was an interrogative tone. Yes, we are learning how to ask a question in French. Alright, so it's going to be a big chapter. You have to learn a lot of new words and you have to understand how to frame questions in French. Alright, let's start. And how do we say asking a question? How do we say that we want to ask a question? Asking a question is poser une question. Otherwise, poser also means to keep something, to place something onto something. But in this context, when you have to ask a question with question, always poser verb comes. Alright. Otherwise, there's another verb in French which is for asking or requesting. There is a common verb for asking and requesting in French, which is demander. Demander, regular verb. But you don't demander une question, you pose une question. Alors, on commence. Okay? I hope you have your pen and paper with you. You can't attend a class without it. Alright, on commence. Posez une question. So first of all, when before starting going through each and every type of question, I want to give you all the words that you have to remember for asking a question. Alright. So first of all, it's est-ce que. Let me tell you the individual meaning of these words. This, est, être, third person, singular. Il est un garçon. He is a boy. Same way, the same est. Ce means this. We've done this also. Que means that. So literal translation will not make sense to you. All you have to remember that they come together as a structure. Est-ce que. They come together as a structure to give a sense of interrogation to a sentence. For example, je vais au bureau. Je vais au bureau. I hope you've understood because I've used all the concepts that we've already learned. Je vais, it's aller verb, au bureau. I go to office. Now if somebody is asking, are you going to office? Do you go to office? So how will you ask? Est-ce que tu vas au bureau? Tu vas au bureau? Est-ce que tu vas au bureau? So the fact that we have put est in front of an affirmative sentence, that makes the placement of est makes an affirmative sentence into an interrogative sentence. Alright? Then you have qui. Qui means who. Pourquoi? Why? Quand? When? Où? Where? Comment? How? Quel? So here you can see two quel. So this is for masculine nouns and this is for feminine nouns. Which? Quelle heure est-il? What is the time? But no literal translation required. Quelle heure est-il? Quel est votre nom? It is also used for what? Okay, you will know with practice, don't worry. In English also, sometimes words are used differently. They have different meanings in different contexts, and because we speak English, it comes to us naturally. With practice, this will also come to you naturally, but what is important is to have your basics very clear. So that was scale. I will give you a lot of examples. You'll get a hang of it. Don't worry. Then comes a key. So key we've already done there. Who, a means to also. We've done that in prepositions. Remember. So a key is to whom. Literally translated as to whom. But what does it mean? Whom. Aqua. What? Qua is also what. Alright, now let's see a few examples. Okay, now let's talk about ask. I have already explained it to you, but let's look at it in detail once again. Adding ask gives interrogative tone. As I said, you take a simple sentence. For example, tu manges une glace. Did you understand? Tu manges une glace. You are eating or you eat an ice cream. Alright. Now you just put ask. Ask. Tu manges une glace? Question mark. There it becomes a question. Isn't it simple? Est-ce que vous parlez français? Do you speak French? What will be the answer? Oui, je parle français. Je suis débutante. Or if you're a boy, débutant. Yes, I am learning French and I am a beginner. Another way is to put the verb first. So if you want to avoid ask, you're finding it hard to do it. What do you simply do? For example, somebody you want to ask someone, do you speak French? So what will you do? You speak French is what? You parlez français. And what will you do? Parler. So the verb comes in front, and then parlez-vous français? Like this. Parlez-vous français? Do you speak French? That is a very simple. It doesn't work in all these sentences, but most of the times it will work when you just want to convert a simple sentence into a questioning tone, an interrogative sentence. Let me give you a few more examples. Uh, tu vas à l'école. You are going to school, or you go to the school. Vas-tu à l'école? That became a question. Isn't that simple? Remove the verb, put it in front. Put a question mark. That's your question. Alright, I hope you're writing all this down now. Don't think that I'll get these notes, I don't need to write down. Don't be lazy. You have to write. Why do you have to write? So that you can practice, so that it gets registered in your mind. I say that every time. Okay, now comes qu'est-ce que. We learned about ask. Now we are adding one more k in the beginning. K, I told you, means that, but it is also used to make interrogative sentences. Qu'est-ce que? So E and E were clashing, so we removed one E out of k and becomes qu'est-ce que, which means what. Such a big structure for what? Yes, that's French for you. Qu'est-ce que will help you make questions that need to start with what. What are you doing? Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Informal. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you eating? Qu'est-ce que vous mangez? Qu'est-ce que tu manges? What do you do? Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Faire is the verb for do and for making. Qu'est-ce que vous lisez? What are you reading? Qu'est-ce que tu lis? So, qu'est-ce que, whole thing is what? Que, et, ce, que becomes qu'est-ce que. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Pardon pour circonflexe. So here, there'll be a circonflexe. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? It is very useful for those who are learning and sitting in a class. If you're in an actual class, or if you don't understand anything, you can simply ask, Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? What does it mean? Ver is vouloir. The verb is vouloir, which means to want. What does it want to say? Huh? What does it mean? Will be the translation for us. Alright? So we learned two things, est and qu'est-ce. Now what do you have to do? You have to try making at least 5 sentences each with these structures, and you have to write them down. Then you have to speak and record yourself in on camera, or you have to speak to someone if you have someone who knows French. Now key. Key can be a key, the key. The also means off, right? We did that in preposition. The is a very versatile word. So it has many meanings. A key, the key. Key means who or whom. A qui parlez-vous? You're talking to whom? De qui parlez-vous? You're talking about. Who are you talking about? You're talking of whom? So that sounds weird in English. So you'll say, who are you talking about? À qui parlez-vous? Who are you talking to? De qui parlez-vous? Who are you talking about? Huh? Où is where? Où habitez-vous? Où allez-vous? Sometimes they add esque also. Où est-ce que vous habitez? But for now, don't get confused. Just add où to make questions where you need to, use where. Où habitez-vous? Où sont les toilettes? Où sont les toilettes? Where are the restrooms? Very useful sentence. Où sont, être, conjugation is sont, les toilettes. Pourquoi? Isn't that cute? And there's a very famous song, Pourquoi. The song is called Le Papillon, Butterfly. Look it up, it's a very nice song. Pourquoi? Why? Pourquoi vous allez à la gare? Gare is station, railway station. Pourquoi vous allez à la gare? Why are you going to the station? And I need you to write down one more word, parce que. P-A-R-C-E Q-U-E. Q-U-E is que, and parce que is because. Pourquoi vous allez à la gare? Parce que je dois, devoir, which means must. Je dois prendre, to take, un train. Train, same spelling as English, train. Parce que je dois prendre un train. Pourquoi vous allez à la gare? Parce que je dois prendre un train. Okay? So again, the same thing, you have to write them down and speak. Now comes quel, which takes many forms. See, you can see many versions of quel here. That simply depends on two things. One is number, other one is gender. Singular, plural, masculine, feminine. Depending on the word, noun, which is following quel. Quel. Used to ask information about a noun, quel will change the following forms as per the gender and number. Note this down here. Quel âge avez-vous? Vous avez quel âge? Quel âge avez-vous? This is to ask somebody's age. Now, âge is a masculine noun, so we used quel. Quelle chemise préférez-vous? Which shirt? I have not given the translation here. You write that down. Quelle chemise préférez-vous? Which shirt do you prefer? So why quelle with le, extra le? Because this is a feminine form. Why are we using feminine form? Because this chemise, the word, la chemise, une chemise, this is feminine. Chemise. Non féminin, singulier. So quel. Quel stylo achetez-vous? Stylo is a pen, and here you can see an extra S. That means we are talking about pens, many pens. So we used the masculine plural version. So quel, huh? Quel, this quel has this plural form, this quel has this plural form. Alright, so they change as per two things. People get confused a lot, but it's very simple. Quel is your word, it will change as per the singular, plural, or masculine, feminine. If it is singular masculine, this can. If it is singular feminine, this can. If it is a masculine plural, this can. And if singular, feminine plural, this can. Now you must be wondering, how will I know what is masculine, what is feminine? There is no way to know. There are certain terminations, endings, like I've told you over a period of time, that everything that is tion ending is feminine, everything that is ment ending is masculine. But you have to learn, huh? As and when you grow your vocabulary, always learn a word with its gender. Never learn it standalone. Whatever new word that you're learning, I keep on saying, I do not give you all the vocabulary that is there in French. I cannot give you in this course. You have to look for it. Uh, Dictionaries are there, but whenever you are learning a new word, you have to remember it with its gender. Okay? Quelle langue parlez-vous? Which language do you speak? So langue, la langue, une langue. This is feminine, so we used this. We are talking about many languages, so we used S. All right. Any questions? Keep noting down your questions also. Doesn't make a difference if I am in front of you in real or virtually. You can always write to me and you can always ask your doubts. That was all for the questions. You can make more questions using the words that why did I explain these three? Because they have some logic to be used in. Otherwise, you can use ou, pourquoi in any sentence where you think those words are required. Alright, that's all for this chapter, and I'll give you an assessment in the end. Do take the assessment and see you in the next chapter. Bon courage. Au revoir. Ciao.